I am DC Chennaya, Head of the Mechanical Engineering Department, ABSIT, Kavali. Let us discuss the tidal energy. What is meant by tidal energy? This is one of the non-conventional energy sources, which is clean and green and renewable energy source. Tidal energy is available in plenty. Let us discuss about the term tide. What is meant by tide? Tide is nothing but the rise and fall of water level in the sea. How the tides will be formed in the sea? The gravitational attraction of moon, sun and earth makes the rise and fall of water level in the sea and the ocean. The continuous up and down movements of water level in the sea will contain enormous amount of energy. If this energy could be converted into a useful form of energy, we can reduce the dependence of conventional energy sources. Tides are two types. What are they? High tide and low tide. The rise of water level in the sea from normal level is called high tide. And low tide. What is meant by low tide? The fall of water level in the sea from normal level is called low tide. Differential head or range. The difference between the high tide level and low tide level is called as differential head or range. Let us see the schematic diagram of tidal basin. The main components of tidal energy unit is dam, sluice gates, turbo generator system. This is called high tide. As the high tide is taking places, the water level in the sea will be continuously increases. This water will be stored in the reservoir, which is called as catchment area, and it will be stored in that reservoir. Whenever the water level reaches to the certain desired or set level, then the sluice gates will be opened. Once the sluice gates open, then water will be flow from sea to the tidal basin. As the continuous flow of water from the reservoir to the tidal basin takes places. As the entire water falls or flows into the tidal basin, and at the same time low tide will occur in the left side of the dam. So there is a certain difference between the water level in the tidal basin and the low tide or in this river side. So once we open the gates and we allow to flow the water through this turbo generator arrangement, as the water flows through the turbine and it rotates the turbine, and turbine and generator is coupled. So generator rotates and electricity will be produced. This produced energy can be utilized for any purpose. Approximate average tidal range is 8.4 meters plus or minus 4.2 meters. Maximum tidal range is 13.5 meters and average basin area is 22 kilometers square, and the basin volume is 184 into 10 to the power of 6 meter cube, and the dam contains 6 movable gates and 24 turbo generator. If you plot the rise and fall of water level on y-axis and time on x-axis, then we will get this curve as follows. The shape of this curve is called sinusoidal or sinusoidal curve. The time which we take from fall of level from A to B and rise of water level from B to C will be called as a range. This is high tide and this is low tide. The difference between the high tide level and low tide level is called range, R, represented by R. The approximate time taken will take from the fall of water level from A to B and rise of water level from B to C is 6 hours and 12.5 minutes. The tidal range may be higher than average level and lower than average level. If the tidal range R is exponentially larger than average value, then that tide is called as a spring tide. As well as if the tidal range is exponentially smaller than average value, then the tides are called as neap tides. Stop. If you plot the level, rise or fall of water level will see on y-axis and time on x-axis, we will get the graph in this way. The same shape of this curve is sinusoidal curve. Here we are seeing point A, point B and point C. Point A is called high tide point, point B low tide point and C high tide point. The difference between high tide level and low tide level is called tidal range R. The time taken from fall of water level from A to B and rise of water level from B to C is approximately 6 hours 25 minutes. The tidal range may be larger than average value and smaller than the average value. If tidal range is exponentially larger than average value, then that is called as a spring tide. And if tidal range is exponentially smaller than average value, then the tide is called as neap tides. In a month, spring tide, neap tide, spring tide, neap tide, spring tide will fall as this fashion. We are seeing the second diagram which represents new moon, first quarter, full moon, third quarter and new moon. At new moon, spring tide will take places, and at first quarter, neap tide will take places, and at full moon, spring tide takes places, and third quarter, neap tide and new moon, spring tide will take places. So, from this diagram, what we can say, the formation of tide is absolutely by the effect of moon very largely. Approximately 75% of tides are happening because of the gravitational attraction between moon and the water surface, and remaining 30% of tides will happen because of the gravitational attraction force between sun and the water surface on the earth. So the time taken from new moon to new moon is approximately 29.51 days. So at new moon, maximum tidal range is greater than average value, and at first quarter tidal range is lesser than the average value, and at full moon also maximum tidal range is greater than average value. At the third quarter also maximum range is lesser than the average value, and at the new moon also tidal range is greater than, exponentially greater than average value. Let us discuss the classification of tidal power plant. There are two types: single based tidal power plant and double basin tidal power plant. And again, single basin tidal plant is subclassified into two types, that is single cycle single basin tidal power plant and double cycle single basin tidal power plant. Let us concentrate on the single basin single cycle. This is sea side and this is on basin side. As the high tide occur on sea side, the water level slowly increases. Whenever it reaches to the set level, then the sluice gate will be opened. So from this sluice gate, water will flow from sea level to the basin side. Whenever total water flows into the basin, slowly the water level in the basin also increases. When it reaches to the preset value, then they will allow the water to flow through the turbine generator arrangement. And at the time the seaside low tide will occur, so water flows through the turbine generator system and it generates the electrical power. And next come for single basin double cycle system. So here there is no sluice gate in the dam, only turbine and the generator system. Whenever high tide occur on seaside, the water flows through the turbine generator and it produces the electrical power, continuously allowing the water into the basin side. Slowly the water in the basin level also increases. Whenever low tide occur on the seaside, then water is made to flow through the turbine generator arrangement. So as the water flows through the turbine, the water rotates the turbine and turbine is coupled to the generator, and hence electricity will be generated. And next come for this double basin tidal power plant. Here we are seeing upper basin and lower basin, and between upper basin and lower basin they constructed one turbine generator arrangement. Whenever on seaside high tide occurs, water flows into the upper basin through the sluice gate. As the water comes and fills the sluice gate and fills the upper basin, and whenever the water level reaches to the preset value, and the gate will be opened and water will flow through the turbine generator system, and hence electricity will be generated. So as the water is continuously coming from upper basin to lower basin, the water will be fills the lower basin. So once the lower basin completely filled by the water, the sluice gate will be opened and the water flows through the sea. So with this double basin system, continuously we will have the head. So as the head is available continuously, we can generate the electrical power continuously. Let us discuss the merits and demerits of tidal power plants. First merits: it is renewable, clean and green energy. Second one, no need of large valuable areas as it is on the base of seas. Third one, peak load demand can be met with a combination of thermal and hydel stations. Next, demerits. Variable output as head is not constant. Second one, intermittent power generation. Third one, turbines have to work on wide range of operation. Fourth one, tidal range is limited to very few meters, 13.5 meter approximately. As seawater is salty, machinery may be gets corroded. Sixth one, construction of the plant on the seaside is very difficult. Seventh one, cost is not favorable in comparison with other systems.